The San Francisco 49ers are headed to the Super Bowl with the quarterback Brock Purdy leading the way. And of course, someone has something to say about Brock Purdy. And guess who? It's our good friend Cam Newton, who's really kind of got us on this trajectory of talking about game managers and all these different types of things. And the San Francisco 49ers are winning because of Brock. It's all the weapons around him. It's the scheme. Brock Purdy's a game manager, all those different types. Yeah, you already know. And we've been talking about this for a while now. Well, obviously, Brock is now playing in the Super Bowl. And so, of course, what better way to generate more clicks on your podcast, get more people talking about you and an opinion that is just awful to begin with, but then to double down on the opinion to do what? Generate the same response. So I'm going to let you guys listen to what Cam Newton had to say. And yet again, he just doubles down on nonsense is really what it feels like. Just doubles down on his take, calling Brock Purdy a game manager, and his reasoning of why he is a game manager is absolutely hilarious. But we'll let you listen for yourself, and then we'll talk about it on the other side like we normally do. So take a listen to Cam Newton on his podcast, 4th and 1, right here.
I've been at it a lot, as in social media people have been hitting my jack, talking about Brock Purdy and Dak. Tried to rhyme, but y'all get what I'm saying, bro. I'm gonna have fun with this one, boy. Here we go. The moment that we've all been waiting for. Newton's Law, main segment. Let's go on to cut the chase, people. Everybody's been wanting to know what my take is on Brock Purdy and his performance over the weekend. And let me just say this. You've never heard me say Brock Purdy was trash, have you?
Never.
So where does this narrative come from where it's like, yo, Cam's a hater?
Because they called you one.
How? Like, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And I'm not about to recant anything that I say, right? Because I'm standing on business with that. But this is where we have to just be able to say, hey, who the fuck said Brock Purdy was trash?
Nobody.
Now, I see the Fred Warner. I see Nick Bosa, Kyle Juszczyk. I hear it. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I've never said that Brock Purdy was trash or he was inadequate of making plays. What I did say is Brock Purdy is a game manager. That's not hate. That's just what I feel to be facts. So I've never suppressed him by being a humble beast, hardworking, that he's not the best fit for or playing out of his fucking mind in the second half. I've never said that. If anything, we've all said, like, damn, that motherfucker, that baller.
Yeah.
We've seen him make some plays and time again make plays, time and time again make plays, and time again make plays. But I still reserve the right to say this. Brock Purdy, to be labeled a game changer, Brock Purdy has to be the best player on the offensive side of the ball. And that's not the case.
And who's the best player?
Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams,
okay,
Brandon Ayuk, right? Debo Samuels, George Kittle, and then Brock. But when I say my game changers, it ain't nobody in front of them.
Yeah.
This is all my point. That's not to say that Brock Purdy is not fucking amazing or is playing out of his mind. Stop and stop doing that shit, bro. Please. This is not hating. It's just merely speaking facts. The San Francisco 49ers are a great team that's packed with a lot of talent, so much so that they have the most Pro Bowlers
in the NFL.
In the NFL for the 2024 season.
Correct. They GM working his ass off.
And if you really want to just be honest, we've already identified, like Brock Purdy is not the best player on the offensive side. If you throw in the defensive side, he's probably the 10th best player on the 49ers. If you add in the defensive talent and you add in the offensive talent, Brock Purdy is the 10th best player on this team. C-Mac, Trent, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner,
Greenlaw.
Yeah,
he is coming at 10.
The 10. Bro, y'all think I'm just spitting just shit just to say he's sorry? I've never said that Brock Purdy was trash.
But
bro.
they got a loaded team.
They got a loaded team.
They a loaded baked potato.
You see what I'm saying? Sour cream.
Come on, bro.
The chives.
The little bacon bits.
You know what I mean?
He the bacon bits.
Like,
Ain't nothing wrong with being the bacon bits.
No, okay. Now, I'm not saying that. That is somebody behind the scenes. I'm not trying to say what he is or what he's not, but I've never said or had any inclination that I said Brock Purdy was trash.
Yeah, that's true.
Even when it comes to Dak Prescott, even when it comes to Tua, I've been the biggest fucking Jared Goff fan, bro. And it's almost like, bro, I love good football. But the facts say what the facts are. Now, if I were to look at it like game changer versus game manager, a game changer is almost a tier 1 type of quarterback. Remove any connection to 49. Do you take Brock Purdy over a unanimous game changer, Patrick Mahomes? Do you take Brock Purdy over a unanimous game changer, Lamar Jackson? Do you take Brock Purdy over but I would say another game changer in Josh Allen? You see what I'm like, bro? One thing about me, bro, all my information is backed by merit. I'm not just shooting at out my fucking ass with just bullshit just to say, oh shit, I'm hating on. Bro, I know Christian McCaffrey. I really see how hard he works.
Yeah.
If anybody's more deserving to go to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl, it's Christian Montavious McCaffrey. For all the long sufferings in fucking Carolina.
Boy.
You think what I'm saying? Like now, he doesn't have to be Superman. He just can still be the man on a loaded ass team.
So do you think this, quick question, do you think it's impossible for a person to be, or a Brock Purdy, to even be a game changer when a loaded team? So if...
No, game changer, it don't matter what team you put Patrick Mahomes on.
Okay.
He's not going to ever be the 10th best player or the 5th best player on that offense. And so we get so caught up in tagging game manager with something negative, but I'm saying there's levels to this shit. There's tiers to this shit that we all can agree with. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, to the point of the game, bro, this motherfucker was balling. What does the stat line say? Threw for 150 yards, rushed for 45 yards, completed 80% of his passes, averaged 10 plus yards per rush, had 0 turnovers.
In the second half.
Alone.
In the second half. And there's no other quarterback in the last 30 years has done that in a single half. Regular season or the playoffs, postseason. So he was balling now. But you can ball as a manager.
Bro, no, bro. That's not the point. The point
I'm
is
saying
this.
it's not.
Go back to the original statement.
What is it?
We're not asking you to win the game. We're just asking you
Not to lose the game. Yeah. Because you got everything around you.
Listen,
play
dog,
within the system.
Play within the system.
Yeah.
Play within the system. Dak Prescott,
Yeah.
pick 6. Bro, that hurts us.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving them points. Turnovers in the NFL is almost like, it's like somebody literally saying, all right, cool, boom. You got a full tank of gas? That's momentum. We're going to fucking gouge out of your gas tank and let's see how far you get. Every single time you turn the ball over, that's another gouge. That's the best analogy that I can give just for the importance of protecting the football. We have to, man, look, I ain't recanting shit.
Come on. So you still stand.
Yeah.
And still.
It's not that I'm still standing. I'm saying, okay, cool. Did he have a great game? Yes. Is he been playing out of his mind? Yes. Is he a quarterback that's hot? Yes. But he's still the 10th best player on his team. I've never said that he wasn't good.
Yeah.
I've never said that about Brock.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth of the matter is, when I'm looking at this whole list of players, Brock Purdy is not even the, you know what I'm saying, from his skill set. What do we say? Trent, Christian, Debo, George, and Brandon Ayuk. Brock is like 6th on the offensive side. But then somebody gonna say, man, shit, but he's still balling. Yes, he's balling,
still balling.
Bro.
They all are.
Hello. there's not another valuable or more valuable position in all of sports than a quarterback.
Correct.
You make or break a team.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's not that you're not playing good.
He's balling.
It's just like, I don't need you to make it hard for us.
Mm-hmm.
We got all you need.
Right here.
Bro, we about to give you the keys to this Maserati.
Come on now.
We about to give you the keys to the AMG. We about to give you the doggone keys to this Bentley. Like, to this Porsche, to this Rolls Royce, baby, it's shining.
Uh-huh.
You protected.
Sitting on them dubs.
You know, every now and then we may need you to make a play.
Yeah.
But shit, when you making that play, don't give that ball away. You dig what I'm saying? And when the times that he struggled,
Mm-hmm.
right, it was because he didn't protect the football.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it comes down to. Allow your guys to make plays for you. Give that defense a chance to be competitive. So please, world, 49ers, fucking media, stop the narrative of Cam hating on Brock. Fuck no. Brock, I hope y'all win the motherfucking Super Bowl. I really do. And I'm not saying this as a backhanded compliment.
Yes, Cam, you didn't say anything bad about Brock Purdy, because calling a quarterback in today's world a game manager is a totally normal thing and doesn't have a negative connotation at all. Of course you weren't saying that. No, of course you weren't. Honestly, it's ridiculous at this point that we're even having to talk about this still. To me, this is just Cam Newton being Cam Newton and nothing other than that. I don't really believe that anything he said brought any actual relevance to the conversation. He didn't cite any statistics. He didn't cite any play. Like, literally, he didn't even recount any plays from the game. He's, again, just talking into a microphone, trying to generate clicks for his website again and be a talking point. And yep, he's successful. So here we are. So what he said in his original viral comment about Brock Purdy was, quote, "I'm not asking you to win the game. Just don't lose the game." That's his definition of a game manager, right? I'm not asking you to win the game. Just don't lose the game. So by his own definition, Brock Purdy proved just last week against the Detroit Lions that he is not a game manager, because he came back from the biggest deficit in the NFC Championship history to win that football game. So again, Cam Newton said in his original comment and what he quantifies a game manager, "I'm not asking you to win the game, just don't lose the game." That's a game manager. Well, guess who had a massive role in winning the game against the Lions? Brock Purdy. All right. So again, he's talking out both sides of his mouth. Shocking, right? So again, Cam continues to invalidate himself and his opinions. But let's go on to the next criteria of why Brock Purdy is a game manager and not a game changer. You have to be the best player on your team. The San Francisco 40, he's not even the 10th best player, maybe the 10th best player on his team, and goes down the list and lists all the players on the San Francisco 49ers that are better than a 24-year-old first-year quarterback who was drafted with the last pick in the draft. Let me say that again. He went down the list of first ballot Hall of Famer veterans who already have solidified themselves in this league with tons of years of experience, and saying that Brock Purdy is a game manager just simply because he's not better than Trent Williams, who's the best offensive lineman to ever play, will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And then, he's not better than Christian McCaffrey, arguably one of the best offensive weapons in the NFL right now, who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. George Kittle will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, every single guy that he has mentioned has years of experience in this league. We're talking about a guy in his first year as a full-time starter. after he got thrown into the fire as a rookie. So again, more criteria, that means a bunch of nonsense. Like, this is why you either don't know ball or you're not watching football. This dude doesn't watch, man. This dude just puts on his hat and says, I got some takes and let's go viral, baby. So here we are talking about Cam Newton's awesome opinions again, comparing Brock Purdy to Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson. All three of those players, Brock Purdy will never be like, ever. There's no anything that will ever occur where Brock Purdy all of a sudden is like these guys. Yet, in a game that they were behind, Brock Purdy used his legs 3-4 times to absolutely advance the football, make plays with his feet, make plays outside of structure. The amount of plays that Brock Purdy made outside of the structure, which again goes against what a game manager is. A game manager, like Cam says, just play within the system. Just play within the system. What happens when the system breaks down? And then what happens when he makes the plays when the system breaks down and outside the structure of the system? Cam literally just talked out of his mouth this whole time. Like, just what did he say? What he literally thought he did something with this one, and it's almost hilarious. The fact that he believes that because Brock Purdy isn't the best player on the 49ers, he can't be a game changer when he just got off a game which he helped single-handedly change the outcome that put the 49ers in the Super Bowl, regardless of your perceived physical traits that he has or does not have. It's unbelievable. And again, just because Cam Newton played football, it doesn't mean he knows how to talk about football. And it's abundantly clear. Every single point that he made was almost either contradictory to his original point or just invalid, and doesn't have any substance backing it. And the fact that you're going to go through and rank the players on the San Francisco 49ers that consists of multiple future Hall of Famers, and we can say that because they've proven that over a multiple years, and you're trying to invalidate Brock because he's in his first full year as a starter, and that's your big brain idea. Cam, come on, man. Like, we all know what you're doing. We all know what you're doing, and it is what it is. So no one's going to lose sleep over this. Like, not one person. Brock Purdy's playing in the Super Bowl. At the end of the day, it's like he doesn't bring any substance. Nothing he said brought any substance to the conversation. It didn't add anything. He contradicted himself based on the game and actually how the game was won and how Brock Purdy played in that game against the Lions. So it comes down to this. Brock is never going to be a Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. It's just not going to happen. That's not who he is, and it will never be. And because of that, because Brock doesn't have that exact same play style and physically imposing ability as those guys, he will continue to be tagged this way. Because he's the last pick in the draft, he will continue to be tagged this way. So guys like Cam Newton, it's fine, man. Like, it's fine. Really, don't be upset. Don't be mad. Like, don't even, I'm obviously addressing it because I've seen it. Everyone's addressing it now. So we'll address it and we'll move on. But again, all this does is continue to tell us that Cam doesn't watch football like that. And we know that. He's not breaking down the tape. He's not doing that. He's not doing that at all. And that's crystal clear by his analysis. And again, it's just hilarious because to me, game changers are guys who impact the game. They change the game, right? Literally, game changers. They change the game, and that's what Brock Purdy did. against the Detroit Lions. Think about the sack that he avoided on a free rusher with Fitu Melifonwu had him dead to rights in the pocket, and he ducks under it, gets out of the pocket to the left, hits Kyle Juszczyk against the sideline. That would have been a big detrimental play that wouldn't have benefited the 49ers offense. That changed the game, that changed the momentum. His ability to shift up to the left into the pocket, hit Brandon Ayuk to make sure he gets into the passing lane and gets the ball in between two defenders to BA for a touchdown. That changed the momentum of the game. Brock Purdy's ability to scramble on multiple different occasions to change the game. Again, well, he's not the best player on the team, so he can't be a game changer. Dude's 24 years old. What are you talking about? You're comparing him against Trent Williams? Why? You're comparing him against George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey? Why? I wish I found the soundbite. I remember when Christian McCaffrey said it. It wasn't directed to be a dig at Cam, but it was, because he was talking about how these players play for each other. He was talking about how these guys rally behind each other. They'll dive on fumbles. I wish I clipped it. I wish I knew where that was. I wish I could find that soundbite and be like, because I don't think he was taking shots. He was talking about how these players play for each other and what it means to them and all those different types of things, and effectively accidentally took Cam caught a stray. He was talking about the qualities that make up a good teammate, a good player, and he referenced diving on footballs. What did Cam not do in the Super Bowl? He didn't dive on a football. So this guy Cam, that's talking so highly about Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, well, you caught a stray from Christian McCaffrey, pal. When Christian McCaffrey was discussing what makes up a good teammate and why these players on this team are doing what they're doing and why they're having success and why they play for each other, he literally mentioned they dive on fumbles. So this whole situation with Cam, it is what it is. Obviously, people are going to now react, oh, Cam's back. Cam's back. Who cares, man? Who cares? He didn't say anything of value. He didn't say anything of relevance. Who cares? Literally, who cares? But I want to ask you guys, obviously bring it to you. This was something that we talked about a lot. It sparked a lot of conversations from that point on. So I'm going to bring it to you. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.